I must tell you about my teacher's temper. I had told you before, he would get angry even for the smallest mistake. That itself was a lot to handle, but there were other things too that would set him off. When he taught a lesson, we would be busy writing it down. He used to teach at great speed. If someone asked him to repeat, he would shout, "Where's your focus? You have to listen carefully and write it down the first time." As he spoke, I would hurriedly scribble everything down. After he left, I would sit calmly and copy it all again neatly into my notebook. If the next day I tried to correct any mistake, he would scold me, "Why are you taking your pen out again? So you made a mistake yesterday? Where's your attention?" After one such scolding, I became very careful. If I spotted any mistake the next day, I wouldn't take out my pen immediately. I would just remember the mistake and correct it quietly after he left. I had 3 notebooks. The first one was the scribbled version. The second was for corrections. The third was the clean, final copy written neatly in proper alignment. Even now, when I look at that first rough notebook, it makes me laugh. But back then, I was genuinely terrified. Once I got used to his way of teaching, I began to understand better. If I had any doubts, I would ask. He would explain again, but not before saying, "Another doubt? Listen carefully next time." Then he would ask, "Did you write it down correctly?" Later, whenever I sang that lesson, I would remember how much detail he taught. Sometimes, he remembered things even better than I did, despite me singing with the notebook in hand. That's why I always felt I had to sing everything, without leaving anything out. On days when I sang without a single mistake, he would be so happy. If I sang exactly the way he taught, same phrases, same nuances, he would join in, tapping out the rhythmic patterns with his mouth as accompaniment, full of joy. Now and then, he'd say, "Shabash. Shabash," with approval. Once, during the Tyagaraja Utsavam in Rajmundry, my teacher had a concert. I was playing the tambura and singing along. These festivals were grand events. Many great artists came to perform, and huge crowds gathered. That day too, the hall was full. My teacher had just begun the Raga Alapana for the next piece. He seemed to be in a very inspired mood and was singing deeply and emotionally. Just then, a boy, maybe around 8 years old, came up with a small note and held it in front of my teacher. It was common for audience members to send in written requests for favorite compositions, but this was not the right time. My teacher abruptly stopped singing, snatched the paper from the boy's hand, tore it up, and loudly said, "I won't sing anymore. Violin, mridangam, stop. Stop the sruti." Everyone in the hall heard it clearly through the mic. The violin and mridangam players stopped. I stopped the tambura. Organizers rushed toward the stage. My teacher was still angry, saying, "Put away the violin. Put away the mridangam." That day, Sri Ella Venkateswarlu Garu was on mridangam. He turned to me and asked, "Should we pack up?" I gave him a helpless look, like, how would I know? Meanwhile, the senior organizers reached the stage and began pleading with my teacher, but he wouldn't listen to anyone. Just then, Sri Balamuralikrishna Garu arrived. His concert was scheduled for the next day. He had just arrived, freshened up, and entered the venue, only to witness everyone pleading with my teacher. He walked to the stage and took the mic. "Our Sharma gets angry easily, he's like Subramanieswara after all," he joked, then turned to my teacher and said, "Sharma, I came to hear your concert. Won't you sing for me?" That calmed him. My teacher resumed the concert and sang for even longer than usual. Normally his concerts lasted at least 4 hours. That day, it went even longer. I could go on. There are so many memories with my teacher. Having such a guru was truly my good fortune.